Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 9 of the Midwest Motorsports Cup Series, live from Martinsville tonight. We'll be racing the paperclip with the track full of drivers. We got 18 drivers going to be on track tonight. So we had a good set of qualifying all wrapped up. We got Evan Clapper taking the one spot over Justin Thaler, Cody Anderson getting third place over John Mankowski, and Dylan Carrier getting fifth place in front of Brandon Thayer. Tonight's race will have a total of 250 laps, so lots of chaos to ensue, and these drivers are going to try to keep it clean and have their incident points kept down low. Stage 1 is going to be at lap 65 and stage 2 at lap 130. Drivers have 3 sets of tires to bank on tonight, so look for a lot of action tonight, a lot of racing. We got James up in the booth. He's going to be running the cameras tonight, so we'll look to have some fun here and get some good camera perspectives as we are lights out on the car, so we will be going green this time around. Right now we're taking a look at Cody Anderson, the 85 car. Nice paint scheme he's got going on there. He's going to be coming to the start here with the 94. He's running the Sunoco paint scheme tonight. Can't wait to see this action get going as we have a brand new system here, looking to have fun. Oh, looks like we're going to do another lap. Pace car did not go in, so I'm sorry about that. Lights were off. I thought we were one more to go. But tonight's Martinsville track, 0.526 of the mileage. It is the only track on the NASCAR Cup Series that's been racing here since the division's inception, since 1949. And these turns only have 11 degrees of banking, so fast straightaways, just about to get 100 miles an hour before they brake it really hard and turn left. Short turns, call it the paperclip for that reason. So this track is actually shorter than Bristol by 0.007 of miles. So getting a good look at Caster here as we're coming to the green flag. You can see the 94 take off. Barney's going to wave his flag here in a second. And here we go. Off for the race. 250 laps underway. Taking to turn 1 nice and easy. Trying to make sure they get everybody plenty of room. Don't want to get bottled up here. It's too early in the race for that to happen. We got a lot of laps to take care of. We do have drive-thrus for the 81 and the 90 tonight. They're going to have to do a drive-thru within the first 3 laps of this race, so they're going to be dropping back here. They might lose a lap, but we got lucky dogs and chances to come back. There's always ways to come back and get the victories. It's going to be the 81 is going to be the Albert Williams, and the 90, who I don't see in the actual race, so he may not be here tonight. 90 is Trevor Mack. So these guys have both already hit their pits. They're going to be doing the drive-thru and going a lap down. No worries for them. As the action keeps going up front, we got a nice cam here to get a whole view of all the drivers to give each other place. We see Ryan settle back there. Oh, we got the spinner on the front. Clapper. Not able to get around Caster. It's going to cause a whole problem out there. That's not Caster. That's not sure who that was. That was Dylan Carrier crashed, or Carrier. So, just as I was speaking about that, guys getting a little too antsy. It looked like did look like that Clapper did come out of the turn, put a little too much throttle down, and kind of bottled people up, and people were checking up and just got away from him. So Collier off to a little bit of a hassle, but luckily he didn't get too much damage for that. He's going to drop him back here. He's going to be sitting come up to 13th, so I think he's going to get some positions back once the caution came out. Yeah, he's going to be filing the way back in the spot. Lap 3, caution 1. A lot of cars involved on the 94, the 00, the 85, the 8, 71, 46, and 54. So all those guys got a little bit of an instant marker. But it's early. They have plenty of time to settle this back out, get the race going. As you see, they're going to look at that. We only have one person. I believe that's going to be Albert Williams. He might be getting a lucky dog here. Oh, Trevor Mack. There he goes. So Trevor Mack going laps down early. He's able to get one back there early, so he's not mad to see the caution come out. Those guys involved in the wreck earlier just now. Then we come to the pits, get that quick fix as much as they can. Hopefully it's just a little short fix. I wouldn't want to use an instant point for that. So leader Evan Clapper in the pits, as well as the 54 of Dylan Carrier. So these guys are going to get that little bit of damage that got fixed. Hopefully it's just a short 30 seconds or less. Don't want to use that instant marker too early. I'm sorry, they don't want to use that fast repair too early. We got a nice field of 19 cars. pretty good size for the Cup guys tonight. Looking at Anthony Castro right now in the Bud Light car. Rocking that might be a black team. It might be black or dark maroon. One of those two. Hard to tell in tonight's race. Just behind him, the 71, Sean Cunningham. My truck's teammate out here with a couple other people, and he likes to race the Cup cars, so representing the Valhalla race team. Jason Huffman rocking the DeWalt 4 car tonight. But he's looking to get his name back out there. He is a race winner from earlier this season. He did win back in Michigan, so he's trying to get another victory under his belt. Just behind him, you got Eric Thaler, who was last week's Charlotte's winner. Looking to go back-to-back tonight. Started a little bit further back there than normal, so he's sitting 9th at the moment. Here we go. These guys are lining up 2 by 2, which means we're going to go green next time around. With that pit, going to promote Justin Taylor to the lead spot, so he has control over these cars tonight. He will be throttling up and deciding when it's time for everybody to hit that go button. John Mankowski finds himself in 3rd, Dustin Reinsettle in 4th, and the 85 Cody Anderson promotes to 2nd place. Here we go. Look out back, John Mankowski. Get a good look at Brandon Thayer's car. Rocking the Venom helmet, and we are back racing. Dustin keeping up high, giving plenty of space. Trying to carry that momentum on the outside of Mankowski. Mankowski is able to clear him. A little late in brakes, but he locked it down time, avoided hitting the 85. Good heads-up racing. And we are back caution. Unsure of how that one happened. You must have missed that. Might have been farther back. So we do see a couple guys back there. It looks like Norm Snyder and Chris Melton have dropped back a bit, so they might have been involved. Here we go. The 4 of Huffman, the 15 of Thaler involved in that as well. The 7. That's Chris Thaler. So the Thaler brothers, or I'm sorry, Thaler and Dad, Chris, involved in a little tick. They might have just gotten a little bit of an incident. Couple guys elected in the pit lane. We got Albert Williams, Colin Huffman, and Chris Melton electing the pit. There you go. As you look on the screen right now, we got a little QR code that takes us to midwest-motorsports.com, and that will get you all the ways to find out how you can race in this league. We have plenty of racing we like to do. We do Tuesdays GT4 series. We do the trucks on Friday. We do the Xfinity cars on Saturdays, and we do the Cup cars, as you're here now, on Sundays. Drivers are lining up 2x2 now. There you go, Midwest-Motorsports.com. These guys will be get back racing as we get back racing on lap 16 once they cross the finish line. Still the front, it's the 00 and the 85. So Thaler is still the control car. He will be throttling up and getting the start of this race going again. Ryan's head on the outside, 4th place. And there they go. Pedal down, gears up. To get a good look inside Dustin Rhinstone's car, you can see right now he's currently sitting 3rd gear, so looks like he's going to hang out in 3rd gear for most of the race. He dives to the inside, makes his way inside of Mankowski. Not entirely sure if he was fully clear on that one, but he made himself clear. Now it sticks to 85 up high as Mankowski looking to get on the inside of him. So Rhinstone looking to get himself out of trouble and get in front of these people. Oh, Mankowski takes a little too much curb there, avoids the 85. Great heads-up racing. The 46, that's Brandon Thayer. Gets confusing right here. We got Thaler, and Thayer. So don't mind me getting a little tongue-tied up here. You see these guys still running 2x2 now. We got 3 rows 2x2. As the caution has come back out, it has collected a group of people. That's going to be one I have to go back and see. There's the 27, the 54, the 90, the 81, and the 83. A couple of these guys had to jump into pits. They weren't able to make it around. So that's Clarence Prince, Dylan Collier, and Albert Williams taking the tow truck back in. It looks like Williams got some rear end damage. I'm not sure how that happened back there. John Bates, always rocking his Marines car scheme. Tends to run that through both the series between Xfinity and the Cup cars. Shout out to John Bates here, 59 years old from Highland Falls, New York. Man's got himself a homemade rig setup with Fanatic wheel and pedals. So, if I'm not mistaken, he might have had the old 2x4 setup, which is more impressive than what I have. I just have a normal desk. So, John out here making his own things happen. Good on him. His goals for the season to get a top 5 finish overall. So we'll see how that works out. He's back here in 13th. He's a big Rusty Wallace fan. Rusty Wallace, not afraid to show the door to some people. He's also a fan of Ice-T. So, trying to keep a cool, calm, collected race going on. Give himself a little Ice-T while he's out there driving these guys. Shout out to John Bates, retired Marine, always rocking the Marine car. Let you know he's not here to mess around. He's here to win some races. We got Sean Cunningham, the 71. Let's see what kind of paint scheme he's rocking tonight. Ace Ladder. So a little throwback to a fire team you might know. Recently he got involved in the Photoshop scheme of making cars. So he's been showing me a bunch of cars he's made for himself and some truck schemes that he's been working on. So I'm interested to see what kind he comes out with here in the Cup Series. And here we go. These guys starting to line up 2 by 2 again. You see Albert Williams coming out of the pits just in front of them, so he's going to keep at least that lap ahead of him. He's going to have to work hard to get caught up to these guys. You see Castor in the rearview mirror closing right up to Mankowski. He wants to make sure he leaves little to no room. The closer he is, the faster he can to pass people. As we see Justin bring him to the green, and they're back off racing again. And we are back caution. The 7, the 94, the 15, and the 27 involved in that one as well. "26 laps underway, 4th caution of the night." Guys are mixing it up back there in the backfields. Here's Trevor Mack representing Canada in his Ghost Scheme cars. Making sure all the cams work on this car so we can see every angle of the Ghost machine. Looking good tonight, rocking the pink and green scheme. Got some nice front end damage there and some rear end damage. Trevor Mack's beating and banging back there. All right, guys lining up 2 by 2 again. This time, Justin Taylor elects to take the outside lane. Or it might have been Rhinestone. No, I'm not sure which one was the lead car there. These guys swapping back and forth, so I didn't get to see them during the choose lane. So we'll go with Justin. He seems to be leading him around the corner, so he's going to look at bring him to the green. And we are back racing. Justin gets a good start. 85 gets a good follow behind him, trying to put his way inside the 11 there, not able to do it. Dustin is there, and Justin likes to drop down now. So Justin doing some rear view driving. As Ryan Settle makes the move happen. '85 is going to want to get down here. He's got a train full of cars coming behind him, and they're going to all start making their way down the low lane. Once that happens, it's easy to lose 5 or 6 spots. As you see, 85's dropping back to 4th place now, so Ryan Settle promotes himself to 2nd. and Mankowski on the inside, so he's going to bring himself to third. Now you got Brandon Thayer trying to hold the low line, dives in the lane on the brakes, keeps the 85 up high. Evan Clapper making his way back up now. He's back into 6th place after the first 3 laps, spinning himself out, so he's coming back through the pack. Then we see the 85 now. He's going to be able to close it down. Oh, just keeps Castor behind him, so 85 has gotten back down. Lost a couple spots there. And we're back caution now. I believe that was the 8 car might have gotten involved with something because he's dropped out of the frame. The 8 and the 71, so not sure how that one happened, but I did see Castor drop out of the frame as my little indicator box lit up with him wrecking. Might have gotten some help. We're without replays for the night. Looking to get those buttoned back up so we can have them for next week's race. I'm getting towards so the 8 did spin by himself, and the 71 might have just tapped him a little bit. So hopefully he only got a 2x out of that one. Luckily for these guys, they got 250 laps, so they can go ahead and use up some of those instant points if they have them in their back pockets. Want to keep themselves off the IPL list, as I am still on my IPL list for the truck, so I know how much of a pain it is to get off of it. Hopefully nobody gets back on it this week and they can keep themselves on the lead lap every time and not have to worry about shuffling back on the restarts of the stages. So lap 37 in the books. Still got coming to lap 60 for stage 1. I see Clarence Prince getting himself the Lucky Dog Award now. Rocking a Red Bull scheme, but a different one, as he's got the old Max Verstappen helmet on. Got a nice red, white, and blue Red Bull paint scheme for the evening. So Dylan Collier has dropped out of the race for the evening. Hopefully he comes back next week and has some more fun with us. I'm sorry, not next week, because next week's a Christmas break. So he will be hopefully comes back on January 7th is the next time we'll be racing here with the Cup cars. They'll be at Twin Ring Mortegi. So they got a nice 134 laps to run there. Nice afternoon race, so the sun's going to be beating down. And now we're getting word that the 81 Albert Williams has called it a night as well. So 40 laps in, 2 drivers down, leaving us with 17. These guys line up 2 by 2, so they're going to be going back green here with Justin leading them through the way. Brandon Thayer promotes himself up to 4th place, so he's going to be sitting on the outside lane. Hopefully he's able to drop down here pretty soon. Doesn't want to go backwards. I just saw the 85 earlier. Hitting the Geico restart zone, and we are back underway. Taylor getting a good jump, 46. Brandon Thayer keeping a nice high line. Hits the brakes a little later, carries all the momentum around. Can't quite clear the 11 as we are back under caution again. So with that, the 46, I believe, did make the pass on, so he's going to get to go in the bottom lane this time. That hustle he had earlier allowed him to make up the spot, so he gets to start on the inside lane in the next restart. All right, 45 laps in the book. 20 more laps left. I believe we'll start this race here in a couple laps, so maybe lap 47. We might get back underway here. We'll see if the pace car goes lights out. Maybe we can get these 19 laps wrapped up with a good racing. Good look at the pace car. And we are. So these guys are going to be lining up 2 by 2 as Huffman's going to get his wave around. Go and put himself at the tail end of the longest line. Justin Taylor will be leading them to the green flag again. Ryan Settle's going to be on his inside, so he's going to be itching to get a good jump. If I were Ryan Settle, I'd be having my button pressed and looking at that right side. As soon as I see that 00 car take off, I am down. Here we go. Ryan Settle, good looking picture of the man. Got his profile fixed up, so he's going to be sitting there right next to Taylor. Thayer doesn't want to let him go, as Thayer does get a good jump. 42 goes with him. 42 looking to get on the late brakes here and try to ride that high line. Oh my God. You guys are just now joining us. We're on lap 55 of lap 65 till we get the stage. So hopefully we can get this first stage wrapped up and these guys can get their tires fixed and get whatever little damage they have. We can get this thing back underway and have ourselves a better race. All right, drivers lined up 2 by 2. Justin Taylor is the control car. Dustin Reinstedel on his inside again. Evan Clapper just behind him. So Evan's going to look to make his way back up here. Try to regain his number 1 spot. He's going to have 8 laps when they get to the green flag. There we go. Clapper giving Dustin the push. Let's go, man. Get out of the way. I got some room to make up. I need some points. Dustin no slouch himself, so as you see them there, it's starting to file in. Clapper electing to keep Mankowski up high. Gonna make sure he has that low line covered. But Mankowski might have cleared him there. He does. So Mankowski able to file down the low line now. He's going to take over 3rd place. Clapper looking to re-get that spot back. We see Reinstedel rocking the white scheme tonight. The white Napa scheme. Those nice bold red 11 letters, 11 numbers, so I can tell his car from everybody real quickly. Always appreciate the nice detail when it comes to these guys' paint jobs and making sure it's easy to see some numbers. We got Thayer behind him, looking to get in the inside of Clapper. Not sure if it's going to stick as we are back out under caution. So if I'm not mistaken, this might do it for the stage here, or we might get away with 1 more lap left. As you might have some replay here, not yet. So lap 59 caution, Caster, Chris Thayer, and the 85 Cody Anderson. So that is going to be stage. Oh, we might have some replay here. Uh-oh. James J might have figured some things out. We might have some cool replays to come up to and look at. And we are. There we go. So we get a good look. 7 dives down the inside. 85 not clear them. 7 kind of rides up a little bit. So no, it's not something they like to do. They don't like to wreck people out here. It kind of just happens. And Chris running hard out there just washes up a little bit more and gets the back of the 85, and that catches Caster out as well. So with the end of the stage, it's going to be Justin Thayer getting the number 1 spot for the stage points. The 11 of Reinstedel is going to get 2nd place stage points. 42 of John Mankowski is going to get himself 3rd place stage points. Evan Clapper did get 4th. And the 46, Brandon Thayer, is going to get the last place of stage points. As you can see, we brought the tower up for this, so James just shows the tower, and you can kind of see the finishing stage results for that. Actually, this is how they run on track right now. So Cunningham electing to stay out. Maybe he's got some. Maybe he wants to get away and see how he can run this tires with some clean air. Well, we take this time. We'll see if we can go and get this QR code up here with the promo for the league. There it is. Grab your phones. Take a picture. You want to come race with us? I know we've gotten a couple more people to join because of this. There's a QR code. Takes you to Midwest-Motorsports.com. Gets you 4 different series of racing on 4 different days, as we are coming up to our holiday break time. So, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if we have any more racing to come. We might have the GT4s on Tuesday, but people are going to be heading out of town for holidays. We don't want to get away from people. We don't want to get in the way of people's breaks and spend time with their family and friends. And we wrapped up this 2023 year. Looking forward to a new year. We got 24 just around the corner. So there's your QR code right there at Midwest-Motorsports.com as the lights are out in the pace car. And we're going to get this thing wrapped up here and start pretty soon. These guys are double file, so we'll go and clear the QR code now and let Cunningham take these guys back on their way. Cunningham is your control car. Got Cody Anderson on his inside, and he is off. Getting shot out there like a rocket. Dives down the inside line. Closes it off. Does not let the 85 get in the inside of him. Ryan Siddle still up in 3rd place. We are green flag racing on lap 66. There you got Eric and Anthony running side by side. So Justin found himself back in his fight between 6th and 7th. So didn't lose too much for that little pit stop. Right now, Anderson, the only driver, has not pitted yet. Cunningham did pit on lap 52, so he's got a fairly fresh set of tires and some fuel. No, he probably just took fuel because it said 10 seconds. He might have taken the right side as well. So Evan Clapper, lap 61, pitted, and he pitted for 15 seconds, so he took a full set of 4 and fuel. As we got Huffman involved in the crash. Colin Huffman tonight, our normal man that runs the cams, coming in to do some part-time racing, get his feet a little wet, and so far he's had a doozy of a night with the Blue Angels 52. We'll see how he caught himself back here, running near the back of the pack, so might have been a little self-induced spin. We'll take a look at it. As you get James rocking the replays. Oh, just does not find himself clear. 7's there, and he thinks he's clear. Takes a nice hard lick right to the outside wall, so that's going to be a doozy of a repair. And these guys need to see that's a bright white car there. That car has been on the inside, not able to be clear. Can't just make it disappear as much as you want it to. No fault to Chris either. Pops rocking the Dunder Mifflin. One of my favorite shows, The Office. Little shout out there. And we all know that the only Office that's really good is The American Office. So Steve Carell did make that show way better than I ever imagined, and I got stuck watching that show. Let's see, about 20 years old, going to my first unit in the Coast Guard, and my boat that I was showing up to was out and underway, so I got to stay at a new shipmate's house that didn't have any internet. They didn't have any phones or anything like that, so I got stuck watching DVDs, and lo and behold, I found 3 seasons of The Office. So 20-year-old me gets to sit down and watch The Office, and that's where it took off. I watched every single season up in that, and I can definitely say that between The Office and Parks and Recreations, those two shows were well ahead of their time for the mockumentary series that they were. Good show. Chris rocking the Dunder Mifflin scheme. I appreciate that for the night. Hopefully he's got a nice Dunder Mifflin t-shirt on tonight. It'd be cool to see that. Cunningham still out in the lead, so he did retain that through all that little chaos. All right, drivers lining up 2 by 2. Cunningham, 71 ace ladder on the outside of the 85 of Cody Anderson. Cody being the only car to have yet to pit, so he might have had some things saved up there, looking to save some tires. Lap 73, that's my race number. Coming here to lap 74, Cunningham is the control car, and he gets to lead him through the Geico restart zone, and we are back running green. Gets a good jump, clears himself, goes down below in the low line. Castor on the outside of Ryan, so now Clapper following behind him, so Clapper's still making his way up there. Great to see these front runners running fairly well tonight. A lot of the chaos has been happening behind them, a lot of checkups and braking, so hopefully these guys keep the show going. As you got Eric taking a big chunk of outside turn, a lot of braking in that corner. Gets a little loose, gets in the back of Clapper. You got a great shot of that on James. Thank you, James, for the good shot on that one, as you just saw the action hop right in the screen. So Eric taking a unique line, not diving in so hard like these other guys are. You see the coming up. A nice little late entry, takes it wider and brings it back down, but Clapper giving Reinsettle a mirror full of car, letting him know what fuel they run for the series, as Eric does miss that turn up a little bit. Lets brother Justin close right up on him behind him. Clapper all over the back of Reinsettle's bumper. Let's see if we can get a good shot of either Clapper's front bumper or Reinsettle's rear bumper. So the 11 or the 94. Oh, as you see it, happens on camera. That's going to collect a few cars. Oh, man. Right when I said something, these guys got some contact, and I helped the cameraman out by getting the cameras changed. So let's see if we can get a good replay of that happen. That collected a few cars. So Clapper, with all that momentum, tries to use on the inside line. See him dive it down there. So Dustin keeping it tight. It might have been a little overly aggressive on the 94, but that's going to collect the 00 of Justin. He's going to get some damage from that one. 46 able to check up, avoid any incidents and or more damage to his car. No worries, caution's already out, so he's going to get those spots back. No need to try to throttle around people and cause more incidents. Good heads-up racing there. So the 94, after making his way through there, gets caught up in some more mess. That's going to send him back. Luckily, he's got plenty of laps to try to make that back up, whereas we're only on lap 81. Lap 81 of 250. So these guys' next stage break is at lap 130. So we got 49 laps left to do. Probably getting away here at lap 84, maybe 85. So still plenty of time for some stage racing here. So with that last caution, Cody Anderson has taken his first pit stop. So all these guys have now pitted. Anderson coming in for his first stop on lap 80. So just gives you a sense of how long these guys can go before they have to come in and get their tires and or fuel. Looks like based on his lap time, he only took fuel. So electing to keep those same tires on, try to save him as much space as he can get and not lose too much time on these guys. So that promotes Caster, number 8 car, up to second place. As you see Eric giving him a mirror full. These guys, two buds racing all the time. So Cunningham is your lead car. Eric not giving Caster any space. Wants to make sure he tries to keep that 71 up, hoping to give the 8 a push. As you see the 71, so the 8 was a little too far out there. Caught him by surprise because he couldn't see the 71, and the 71 taken off. So Caster not able to make a good note of that as we're going to see an investigation on the restart. So he might have been too far ahead. We'll have to take a look at that after race. We'll do that with the admin briefing, and as we do every week, and go back and watch the replays and check out what happened. So Caster's coming into the pits now. Might have gotten a black flag for that one. So that's going to promote Eric to P2. John Mankowski still up there in the top 3 now. Mankowski's having a good night. Eric's up 11 spots from his qualifying time. Started back in 13th now. Finds himself in second place. John Mankowski started 4th, sitting 3rd, so he's been sitting pretty consistent tonight. So Caster, after that pit, is going to find himself one lap down. It's going to put him in the lucky dog spot. He's going to be fighting off Brandon Thayer. Coming up to lap 90. Who you got there in the pits? That's so Chris Taylor, Pops taking his pit stop. Dunder Mifflin coming into the pits. Going for a nice long pit stop, so he's taking fuel and tires. Might have had a little bit of damage going on too. He got a 20+ second pit stop. As Evan Clapper finds his way down the pit lane. He's top 5, not letting each other get away, so we got some good racing up here with these guys. Okay, good look on with the safer barrier wall. And there we go. This is what we see when we race. Not sure how these guys run their screens. I myself have 3 screens, so right where you see that bar pad in the front driver's top front left, that sits right there on my 3rd screen on my left, and then I basically see the whole front window, and then I got the driver's side or the passenger side on my right screen. So this is a little bit condensed version. Some people like to race on single screens, and if that's what you do, this is what you see. Driver's cam. There's a little shoulder cam action. Getting a good look at the digital speedometer. Fun note, the digital speedometer doesn't actually have a speed gauge on it, so when these guys hit the pit lanes in real life, they have to do all of this based on RPMs, on what gear they're in and how much RPM they can use to hit the pits, so that way they're not caught speeding in pit lanes. Guys, oh, we're going a little close action here. Sean Cunningham running a little wide up to the top. Let's Eric get on the inside of him. These guys are hitting a lot of brakes. You see those rotors glowing out the back. As Cunningham gets it wide, loses it, gets to the 15. 15 not able to save it, just gets a little nose tap in there. Oh man, we saw that one live right there. We saw Cunningham run it right wide up in 1 and 2. Not able to, you saw maybe you had some loose tires. Brakes are hot. Gets out in the little dirty stuff. Probably pushes the throttle down a little too much here. Gonna have the back end side out. There we go. James is feeling it now. He's got the slow-mo going. So loses the back end. Gets right on the outside of the 15, hits that front right wheel, trying to save it, and he's gonna have to lock it down here and hope to just get a little nose in. So hoping to lock it down and people see him there and make sure that they avoid that, as they all do. So Eric taking some little more front nose damage. So as that caution came out, remember, these guys file in when the caution happens is what place they start back in. So even though he's involved in that wreck, doesn't mean he's going to lose all those spots. As you find him now sitting in the lead spot. So Cunningham with his spin puts him down to 4th place. So remember, he had spun out and gone all the way around, and a couple cars got past him before the caution came out. Eric stayed in the throttle, kept the car up there to avoid going down. As we got Ryan Settle joining us in the booth. Dustin, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing great. Love Martinsville.
Yeah, you having a fun time out there?
Oh yeah, nothing like it. Fun time with the boys.
Yeah, so you found yourself up. You started P8, now you're up in P6. I saw you up there earlier challenging for a couple spots. How are these guys running out there? I know you got people kind of running different lines. Some people are holding up the top line. I see a lot of people trying to clear themselves and get down that lower line.
The top's definitely kind of there. You can actually make some passes on the top, especially on restarts, which has been surprising. But no, it's all good. Everybody just needs to remember to be patient. We're still not even halfway there. It's been a good race though so far. I got turned a little bit. It was kind of just hard racing. 94 was definitely faster than I was, so I guess that's part of the Martinsville thing. He showed his nose. I didn't think he was actually going to go down there that deep in the corner, but is what it is. So been a good fun time, a lot of good racing. As long as everybody stays patient and uses that brake, we'll be good to go.
Yeah, so you're gonna make this restart here on the 5th place. So, 6th place. You're still on the outside of Colin now. So hopefully you can make this outside line work for you.
Hey,
and
Jason Huffman wants to come up here and talk to you.
Jason
make sure
does?
To get him at some point. Yep.
All right, I'll get Jason up here. We'll talk to him now after the stage break. All right, Dustin, have a good one. All right, that was Dustin Reinsettle, the 11 car. As we go 2x2 here, so we're going to get back going green with Eric Thaler being your control car. And there he goes, shoots out. Justin's going to look to get an inside of Mankowski or keep him out wide. Mankowski goes way up there, takes a little bit of that concrete, or takes a little bit of the asphalt outside of the concrete. There we go, Justin taking the inside. Mankowski running the Venom helmet tonight, gets loose up in the marbles, saves it, brings it back down. So these top 4 guys, as you see, Rhinestone makes his way to 4th, so he was able to clear Huffman. These top 4 guys, last time they pitted in was in lap 61, so they have decently used tires, so they should be plenty warm by now, holding some grip. Might have had a harder time with the brakes there as Mankowski got a little higher in those last 2 lines. As you get a good look, there he is. The founders, Eric and Justin, Midwest Motorsports creators, running the 1 and 2 right now. Justin in the spot he qualified there. Eric up 12 spots to the one place. So Eric's having himself a better night. Try not to give him the commentator's curse. Hopefully he can keep things going great. Get some stage points here. Look to back up his win from last week's win in Charlotte. Here we go. The other brothers running pretty similar lines. They're going in the mid lane, dropping down just to the curb as they hit the apex. Staying about a foot and a half off of that low line. So making sure they don't get any of that curbing, because as soon as you hit that, it's a recipe for disaster. Gets the car unsettled, lifts you up as you're trying to come up into a turning left and get the throttle down. Doesn't help for a good night. Martinsville Speedway, look at that. Up there in Virginia. I'm going to have to make my way down here because I hear this is one of the better tracks to come see. You got action running all the time, 60,000 seating capacity. You're never more than 150 feet from one driver. You can see all the track, all the racers going on. I would definitely love to sit up in the high ends, make my way down to the fencing, maybe get some breeze as these cars go by, get the race of that Sunoco fuel. You got a good look. There's Jason Huffman, the man who wants to come up here. We'll see if we can get him up here pretty soon. Maybe we got 20 laps left to the stage break, so look to bring him up here and show off what he's got in the DeWalt car. He's got Castor behind him now. These guys sitting in 8th and 9th. Toyota versus Chevy, DeWalt, Budweiser. As you see different looking lines here. You got one coming in the shallow, one going a little higher, taking different apexes here. And now you see Castor getting the inside of Huffman. Gives him plenty of room on the exit. Elects to not get in his left quarter panel. Making sure to keep it clean out there. You got Castor getting pressure behind now from Brandon Thayer. There you go, Trevor Mack. One-time winner so far. Making his way back up. So far, he's sitting himself back in 9th or 10th place. We got some people kind of redding out. There we go. Caution is out. Now was Huffman involved in it. And we got Norm Snyder, so we'll see if we can get back and see what happened with that. And we were going through different cars. Not that Huffman, Jason Huffman. There he is, sitting on the track. Wonder how that one happened. That's a hard place to get out of because you don't want to go too far forward and don't want to back up into these guys. And you see him there getting lapped. Did he get help? He might have got a little bit of help. No, doesn't look like it. Just gets that curb. That's what the Thaler brothers were avoiding the whole time. They're keeping about a foot up from the curb. And it looks like Huffman's back wheel just caught a little bit of that curb as he came out of the turn. So upset the car, like I stated earlier, and spun him around. Not sure how Norm got caught up in it. It might just be a glitch in our little system we got going on. Let's see, we have caution now. I wonder if we can go ahead and get Jason down here. Or Jason up in the booth so you can give a little talk to us. We got James J working that back and forth, so he's going to bring people up and down for us. Caution on lap 118. These guys are going to be coming over here to the end of the stage break here. Lap 130 is going to end stage 2 for us as we wait to get somebody to do unmute here. And James, you able to unmute Jason? There we go. Jason Huffman up in the booth. What's going on, man? How you doing tonight?
I'd be doing a lot better if I stopped hitting the curb.
Yeah, I was just talking about how the Thaylors were keeping about a foot and a half from the curb, and probably about 2 laps later is when we saw your car get a little bit inside, it throttled out of it a little too much, upset the car.
Yeah, I was getting pressured from the 8, and I was kind of trying to figure out the line, and I started getting a good rhythm with it, and I just got a little too close cutting the exit, and I did it like earlier too, but this one unfortunately put me a lap down, so.
Yeah, well, you're on lap 119. You're going to have a stage break coming in here soon. And if I'm not mistaken, let's see, laps down. It's hard to see. This time board's kind of a little messed up, so I'm not sure if you're the first car lap down or not. Thayer looks like he might be. So you got some time here. I mean, we're not even halfway through this race yet. Plenty of time to go.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned. I think eventually I'll get it back as long as I keep it clean. Just been, a lot of incidents, typical Martinsville stuff. So I'll just sit here, be patient, and try not to hit the red and white stripes.
Yeah, luckily for you guys tonight, 250 laps. You guys can kind of rack up the instances and hopefully not do too much damage to your as an IPO. So lucky in that side with all the laps you guys have, and still get out of here with the 14 or 15x and not do too much damage to your IPO.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you go here so you can get back racing, and we'll try to see if we can get you back here later. These guys are about to go green. There we go. Eric Thaler taking them to the turn 1. Dustin Reinstedt on the inside now. Getting on the inside of Justin. Going to make the move stick. So Reinstedt in the middle of a Thaler sandwich. We got Cody Anderson putting the pressure back on. Sean Cunningham's found his way up to 5th place with Colin Huffman just behind him. So Huffman, the part-timer, is in 6th place now, having himself a better night after the little incidents earlier. Let's see if we can get these last 7 laps finished up. Let these guys cool down a little bit. Try to keep the cautions down as much as we can. We like seeing all the racing going on here. And commentator's curse does it again. Looks like it might have been the 4. Jason Huffman, the guy we had up in the booth with us, might have lost some focus and concentration because of us. We have to get the car swapped around here and see what happened to Huffman. Did he get help? No, he did not. Just going to do too much brakes, gets the curb, rear ends the wall, safer barrier, puts the 4 on the back end of it. Got some pressure from the outside. Might have braked a little too late there. And that's going to do it for the stage. So stage 2 is going to wrap up. As you see, Huffman getting pressure on the outside and Clapper looking at his inside. So having to take a different line, hits the brakes too much, locks it up, gets the front left side up there, it upsets the car, and there she goes. Back end's going to swing out there. Just get the right quarter panel, right rear, and the right front. So a little double dose of wall action there. Here we go. So with that in, it's going to be the stage break now. We got the 15 of Eric Thaler getting a stage 1 points. 11 Dustin Reinstedt stage 2 points. Not stage 2. Position 2 points. Then we got Justin Thaler in the 00 getting 3rd place. The 85, Cody Anderson getting 4th place. And the 71, Sean Cunningham, rounds out your top 5 for stage points. All right, so lap 126, we are just over the halfway mark. Halfway done with this race. We'll see if we can get these guys consistent laps now. So without any more stage breaks here, these guys are going to have to run this all on their own and hopefully get some green flag pit stops here. Be interesting to see a nice little mix up. So with those pitting strategies, John Mankowski and Trevor Mack has found himself back now starting off in 17th, finding himself in second place now. As we'll see if we can get James J up in the booth. James has been working the cameras tonight, and he's been doing an excellent job showing me all the different views we have and making sure to keep all the action. And James, you figured out the replay system. How you having fun with that, buddy?
I'm doing okay, man. Thanks for having me, Aaron. You're doing a great job. We're doing a great job as a team, just kind of letting Colin have some racing tonight in the Cup Series. And he showed me a couple of little tricks, so I'm doing the best I can. I don't have individual replays. I can't skip right to the action, but I can rewind and fast forward if I know who to go to. So just learning how to work these cameras as the lights go out. You're doing a great job calling the race, though.
Thanks, James. You're doing a great job with the cameras. I'm glad you figured out the replay system. It's been very helpful. As we got Mankowski now, it's going to lead him to the start straight. Max going to try to bring the position back a little bit. It's harder on these tracks. So we'll see if he can get the back up there to Mankowski. And Mankowski going to send it his way. We got Cody Anderson behind him now. Takes the position back. So Max going to lose some positions with that restart there. It's hard here at Martinsville because they got to maintain a certain pace, but being in the outer car versus the inner car, you're both going 55 and have to take longer to turn. It's hard to get those cars back up there, and these guys are still learning how to do that a little bit more.
So Trevor McLaughlin stayed out that time, right? So
yeah, he did.
His tires are hurting, and he's real quickly went from second to what, 7th or 8th right now. So
yeah, Trevor Mack's last pit stop was lap 17, so he came at the same time as Mankowski. It's just, I know with these short tracks and being on the outside, trying to maintain the pit speed and stay next to that car, it's harder here. And these guys try to not go over the speed limit, but you can go over a bit to stay with the car. They just got to figure that out themselves. Or take some advice after the broadcast, go back and watch the race and learn that you can go, if the speed limit is 55 for the control car, you can go 65 just to hold next to him and then back it down if you need to. But Trevor Mack finding himself back there now. Started second, back to 8th, just behind Justin Taylor. So we got Evan Clapper finding his way back towards the front again. Sean Cunningham just in front of him, sitting 5th. Dustin Reinsettle in 4th. And Cunningham goes around. As I was looking at names, I see a car spinning around. I'm not sure if he got help. James is going to do everything he can to go back. Looks like the 71-11-94. So let's see how this one got started off. So Cunningham just in front of Clapper here. He might have had this one all on his own. Breaks it. Oh, just not expecting Reinsettle to hold it down there that hard. Reinsettle might have caught him off by surprise. Might have been a lack of brake or lack of seeing the car in front of you brake that much, but Sean Cunningham getting in the back of Reinsettle. Luckily, Reinsettle was able to save that and keep his place. So Cunningham's going to lose a couple spots here, not too much. These guys, the caution was already out and these guys are passing him, so he should make his spots back. Oh, he did pit though, so he will not regain those positions back after hitting the pits.
It didn't look like there was a huge brake check on Dustin Reinsettle. I'm not sure if did he get up on the curb? Is that what upset Sean McLaughlin's car there? Sean Cunningham.
Yeah, I think Cunningham might have gotten caught by surprise, not knowing that Reinsettle was going. He might have gotten caught by surprise and not enough input in there. Brake bias.
Brake bias. There's the contact. Yeah, the brake bias to send him into the curb.
Yeah, so he's got a fresher set of tires. The last time he took tires was lap 124, so he had a fresher set of tires. Only ran a couple laps with them, so caught him by surprise, and he's gonna find his way back here in 13th and do it all over again. Come back through the field.
Sean Cunningham, another guy that runs multiple series. I know in the trucks he's had some really good runs, but just can't. The last 10 or 15 laps, something happens or gets caught up in something else. This one was his own doing, but he's one of those guys I would definitely keep an eye on in the future. He's due for a win in multiple series, so let's see if he can come back tonight. Still a lot of yellows tonight, so I think everybody's had a chance to be up front. We'll see how it plays out as the race continues.
Yes, Cunningham's got a lot of potential in this series, and I look forward. I love racing with him on Fridays. Him and I work together and try to get some good pushing with each other and bring each other back up towards the front end. So he wasn't with me this last weekend. He had some prior obligations to take care of, but he's back here tonight racing the Cups with these guys. Looking to put his car up in at least the top 10. He's currently sitting 12th, so not far off of that. So with that restart now, got Mankowski being your control car with Cody Anderson on his outside and Eric Taylor sitting back in third. Dustin Reinsettle on the outside, able to save himself from wrecking with Cunningham. Going to hold the outside spot in fourth place. So the lights are off. These guys are lining up. Evan Clapper has found himself in the fifth. Justin Taylor, sixth. Trevor Mack, seventh. And John Bates, your former Marine, always a Marine, sitting back there in eighth place now.
One thing before I leave, I do like the, looks like John Mankowski's got some chrome paint going on there. I know that takes effort to do, so cool to see all the different paint jobs tonight too.
Oh yeah. So with that, the chrome machine, John Mankowski out front, leading them in. If any of you guys are watching have ever painted a car for iRacing, chroming a car is not the easiest thing to do. I like to do it for certain things, but when you have a whole car that puts that much more talent and skill into practice, as you see, Mankowski has made his own car tonight. He's run the scheme a few times, so as you get back into caution, lap 140. Evan Clapper make his way down the pit lane. Not sure if he was caught up with that. Or maybe he got a free entrance in the pit lane. No, so he went in the pits by himself. Looks like Colin Huffman might have been involved with this one. So he's back there with Trevor Mack in front of him. So Trevor Mack's blinking. This might have caught Huffman off by a little bit. We'll see how this happened. Going into turn 1 and 2 here. Everything's looking good so far. Scott Castor on his outside. Takes inside. Comes out of 3 and 4. Oh, just gets the front end to touch the left rear of Castor. So Huffman's right front and Castor's left rear. As you're coming out of turn, that's not going to help because Castor's got a wall to lean on, and unfortunately for Colin Huffman, finding out the hard way, takes nice damage on the right side, so he's got to bust a wheel now. So he's got to drive around. Definitely, if he has it, it's going to have to use one of those fast repairs because that front right is not spinning at all. They had a lot of angle on it. As you see, he's turning left, the wheel's turning right, dragging on the ground. I hope this guy's got a fast repair in his pocket because it's going to be a long pit stop if he doesn't. As you see him here, lap 143, so he is still in the pits. So Huffman, last stop was 32 seconds. Might not have had all the damage able to be repaired, but he got some back out, so he's back out on track now. All right, let's see. We might be getting Colin Huffman in here. Come give us a chat and see what happened with his race and how he was dealing with that damage he's got going on there. Colin Huffman, you are muted at the second. You make sure you unmute yourself when you get in here.
Hey,
Colin, we were just talking about you. What happened, man?
Well, I think I got up a little too far up into the 8 there. I caught that left rear outcropping these cup cars got on the back wheel, and that spun me. So I already used fast repair, so I was pretty much done. 10 minutes repairs. I could have waited, but I'm part-time and I want to go to bed. So.
Got it. So, that's what I was saying. I'm like, I hope he's got faster because that front right's pointing the wrong direction.
Yeah, I used the fast repair earlier on. I got just caught up. I don't even remember. I got caught up. I got caught in something. Since the last update, the Cup car's really gotten very, very, very fragile. So.
Yes.
But no, I was doing pretty good before that happened. So.
Oh, well, hopefully you can get this thing fixed up and come back out next week. And we'd love to see you back out here, man.
Yeah, got to get the Blue Angels up front again.
Yes, sir. All right,
how is James taking over for me today? Is he doing good?
James doing good. We're back Green Flag Racing, and he's been doing really good at keeping the cameras moving and finding the replays and getting all the cool stuff for us to see. So, unfortunately for you, we were able to see how that happened last time.
Oh, man. All right, well, I will be back in the booth with you guys Tuesday. So,
all right, Colin.
The race. Let me know if you need something.
We'll see you, bud. Have a good night.
You guys too.
All right, back Green Flag Racing, lap 148 here. All right, John Mankowski still out in the lead in front of Eric Taylor tonight. Lap 150, these guys have 100 laps to go. Hopefully they're able to keep this thing going green the rest of the time. It'll be some exciting racing coming on. So Colin Huffman, part-time racer, great broadcast and cameraman. Gonna call it a night for the night, so hopefully he'll come join us back out here as we go back in the New Year racing on January 7th. These guys are gonna be a twin ring Motegi. Don't ask me to say that 5 times fast. I just see Eric Taylor creeping up the back of Mankowski now, trying to fill his mirrors. Best thing to do here at Martinsville is you make the guy in front of you make a mistake. It's easy to push somebody out of the way. Nobody wants to do that. But making the guy in front of you by giving him a mirror full of your front bumper, that's definitely one way of doing it. Right now, your top 5, John Mankowski, Eric Taylor, Cody Anderson, Justin Taylor, and Dustin Reinsettle. These guys have been finding themselves up in the top 5 for much of the evening now, so pays off. As you see, Eric gets a little too close, saves it though. Does not want to make the same mistake Colin made. Keeps the car off the left rear of the 42 in front of him. You see him hitting the rev limiter going into the turn. You see those dials turn red, that means shift, but these guys don't have time to shift up and down and keep it at 3rd gear for most of the night. The rev limiter is a good indication of when you need to start hitting the brakes. As we welcome in, we got Shifty Marine Gaming. That's one of my buddies, a longtime gaming friend of mine. He's coming here and watching. He's looking to make his way up to Midwest Motorsports, as I saw him streaming iRacing the other day and didn't know he didn't even know he raced it. So hopefully we can get him in this series. And as he sees right now, you got the good Cup cars racing on Sundays. See if we get a QR code up here for him to scan or show the website. That way we can get the signups going. There it is. Get your phones out. Takes you right to midwest-motorsports.com, where you see all the league information for Tuesday night GT4 racing, Friday night truck racing, Saturday night Xfinity, and Sunday night. You're with me in the Cup cars, watching these guys duke it out here in Martinsville on the paperclip. You got a nice little green flag stage here. Probably shouldn't say much. I don't want to curse these guys even more than I have, but you got Mankowski and Taylor pulling away from the 3rd place car, running alternate lines here. So you got Mankowski diving in sooner. Taylor, so they're doing an opposite turn here. So you got Taylor going in wide and coming out shallow. You got Mankowski going shallow, coming out wide. A little bit of mix and match going on here. Making sure he does not want to lose that rear bumper. Mankowski's been running great tonight. Started out in 4th and has stayed near the top 5 most of the night. The others had to make some work of it, starting back at 12th, making his way up to 2nd now. So 2 completely different strategies for these guys, both finding themselves up here now. We got John Mankowski when working hard, putting in the time, trying to get his first win of the series for this season tonight. As you got Thaler getting all on his outside doors. They're going to come to the start straight, side by side. That lap did go to Thaler, so Thaler's holding the top line. Mankowski keeping it down there, making sure he stays up. You got Firearms Policy, FPC, Coalition. There you go. So Eric, co-founder of Midwest Motorsports, trying to show John what it's like to win here. Because, Eric's going to take it wide, spin himself out, try to hold it up there. Doesn't want to get collected. I just saw that right on the view. It's great shots by James tonight. Just takes it a little too wide in the entrance. Normally he's been hitting that concrete coming in, but got too far on the outside on the black asphalt. So he did get those right sides up high. You got two different types of ground tires are on. Running some hot tires tonight. The last time Thaler was in, Eric came in on lap 124, so he's got fairly older tires than some of these other guys. But that top line did not want to stick. Got out in the dirty stuff, the marbles, spun the car around, locked it down, make sure nobody else hit him. As you can see, if somebody's going to hit him, he'll see it. You got these guys, low wind rotors tonight. They are using a lot of brake pressure. So Mankowski coming into the pits. Last time he was in was lap 119, so he's going to look to top off. He didn't take tires last time, so he might come in for a fresh set. His last pit stop was 5 seconds, so that was just a splash and go. We'll see what he gets in this time. That's going to hand the lead over to Justin Thaler. So he's going to go ahead and take the 1 spot with Brandon Thayer behind him, and Castor in 4th, and Trevor Mack coming in the fourth place now. John Bates. Shifty's going to like this guy, the Marine Mobile. John Bates, one of a retired Marine, sitting up in 5th place. Made his way up from 12th place, so he's up 7 spots tonight. Having himself a better evening. Dustin Reinsettle, multiple winner in this league, finding his way up to the front. And then you got Sean Cunningham with the incident he had earlier, finding his way up to 7th place. So these two no strangers to each other. Sean Cunningham gave Dustin a little bit of a bump in the night. Dustin was able to save it. Cunningham was not. Found himself doing a nice 360. Hitting some curb action. Trying to give it a little 50-50 grind. Here we go. John Bates got himself a new fan. Sean Cunningham, the 71 Ace ladder truck car. There he is, John Bates. Part of Thaler Bates Racing. 27, rocking the flame helmet. The Marine Mobile. As you can see, he's had his night full of action. That front left getting some bumper treatment. So these guys are lining up 2 by 2. We are going to go back green flag racing on lap 169. Coming up to, doing quick math, 76 laps or 92 laps or 82 laps ago. Quick math, not my best. Here we go. Justin leading him in the first turn. Brandon Thaler. Thayer hot on his tail now. Castor clearing Trevor Mack. Dustin following in behind him. So we got 82 laps to go. Trevor Max had his nightfall too. Started back in 17th, finding himself up to 4th now, so he's having a good running of it. You're going to be hard pressed to find a car here that doesn't have very much damage to it. I'll be impressed if we get a 0x with somebody, as we have Norm Snyder, 28, off the pace. That is going to bring out another caution for the evening. So Norm and Chris, two of our senior racers out here tonight, mixing it up again. Oh, that might have been a little bit of a late break there by the 7. There it goes. On board with the 7. Chris Taylor trailing Norm. Late break for Chris. Just going to let Norm know that he's there. He's going to send the 28 around. Going to hit that inner curb. And that's all she's going to write. Going to tag the front of the car. Is going to lock it down and try to keep himself out of harm's way. As a Dunder Mifflin 7, the front end's looking pretty banged up tonight. Norm rocking a nice Texaco scheme. You'll be hard pressed to find Norm not in a Texaco and or Havoline scheme. I have to get some information from him. Maybe Norm used to work for the company, or maybe he was an oil rig guy. That'd be cool. I'm gonna have to get some information from Norm on his liking of Texaco and Havoline. It's always interesting to find out these little things about people. I have noticed that in most of the series I see him in, he's got the same sponsor. Well, we all know why Eric Taylor's got Midwest Motorsports as his sponsor. Coming up to lap 175. That's going to put us over the 75 laps to go now. All right, double file. These guys are lining it back up. Going to get going green here on lap 177 when they cross the line. Control car is going to be Justin Taylor on the inside of Brandon Thayer. Ant Caster with Trevor Mack on his outside. And Dustin Reinsettle sitting in the 5 spot. That's Trevor Mack trying to try to bring it back up here, get it back at Thayer's bumper. And we are back green. Caster getting a good jump, giving Justin the push, get him out there in front of these guys. Brandon sweeping around the outside. What a very good line. Not quite able to drive down the low line yet. Caster is going to show him a nose. We run side by side here in lap 178. We're going to see just how close these two get. Oh man, might have broken the camera in the front of that car now as you see them get nose to nose. Great shots by James tonight. Giving us that real feel of when he's able to get the front of the car, then the back of the car as they go side by side here, mixing and matching. Here we go. These guys dicing it up now. Castro not letting Thaler get away from him. Trying to keep him in check. Good view of our blimp cam. Gonna see 3 cars in one scheme here. You see how the effect goes with a slingshot back and forth. With the cars when they bundle up and get close to each other and they break out and keep spreading apart. So you see Castor brings it right up to the zeros back now. So he got a good line going into 1 and 2. Starting to heat up that rear end. You see those brakes starting to get a little bit brighter now. These top 3 starting to form a nice line here. Trying to break away from Dustin back there in 4th place. Yeah, Eric Thaler now sitting back in 6th with Evan Clapper, who Evans made his way back up towards the front of the pack now. As Eric gets it around going in the turn 1 and 2. Has to lock up, keep himself from getting into the wall. Doesn't want to damage the car anymore. Might be feeling the effects of some tire wear. Last time he was in was lap 172, so he came in for a quick one. So he might have some fairly fresh tires. We see these top 3 still not letting Thaler get it away from them now. Castro giving him a mirror full of his front bumper and let him know the Bud Light's on his tail. There you go. We got Chris Mellon back here in 13th with Clarence Prince in front of him. John Bates just in front of them. Mellon's had himself a night, find himself from 15th to 13th, so kind of lurking back there and keeping his instant points lower. Got the front and rears glowing on the outside. He's got a lot of brake input going in this car. Here you go. We got that inboard cam as he gets right up in the outs, right up to the 83. 83 did not get a good run out of that turn. Elected not to dive it down there, so just gonna stay single file, get these laps done. They've been running some pretty good green flag laps here. We've had a nice 24 laps of good hard racing. We come to lap 195, so these guys got 55 laps to settle it out. Right now, you're 1, 2, 3, still Thaler, Castor, Thayer, and Reinsettle, and Jason Huffman found himself up to 5th place now, so he's got Clapper all over his rear. Oh, as he makes a mistake, Clapper putting the pressure on. That's what I was talking about earlier. Make the guy in front of you make a mistake, and Clapper was giving Huffman a mirrorful. Now that's Eric there through, so Huffman, just like that, goes from 5th to 8th. Going to try to regain himself here. So Clapper finds himself behind Rhinestone now. Clapper was your number 1 qualifier for the night. They're losing a little bit of time to Castor. So coming back, letting these guys collect them, kind of seeing in the little gap here between 2 and 4. It's actually a good spot to be in. You don't have to worry about anybody coming up into your rear bumper or anybody quick braking in front of you. So he's kind of letting the race come to him. Make sure that he stays where he needs to stay and get some good points. Lap 201, 40, coming up to 48 laps to go. These guys have had a nice stage here. Looking to bring this home. He's got Clapper on the inside of Rhinestone now. Trying to take away the 4 spot. Going to do the cross over, the under over, and Rhinestone almost makes it happen. Not able to get back in there as a Clapper locks it back down, keeps the car lower. There we go. Rhinestone getting pressure from Cody Anderson now. Anderson takes the inside of him as Eric there is looking to follow him now. So Rhinestone's last pit stop was lap 164, and he came in for just fuel only as we are back under caution. Looks like John Mankowski might have been collected in that one, as he's falling down the grid now. And what's going on behind these guys on the screen. So Mankowski finds himself facing the wrong way in front of these guys. Got some front end damage here. We'll see how that one happened. So was not clear. Tried to make the move on the inside of Huffman. They went door to door into 3 and 4 here. Mankowski running a little bit higher up. You said Huffman kind of got sideways too, so the earlier tap might have sent Huffman a little sideways. He tried to collect it, got on the back of Mankowski, and put Mankowski in the wall, and then these guys just kind of banged off each other until Mankowski was able to come to a stop. But I think what happened was Mankowski might have gotten into Huffman. Huffman had to try and save it from getting sent up into the wall. Might have overcorrected a little bit and got into the back of Mankowski. Maybe, maybe not. It's hard to tell from that cam, but it didn't look like they got too much of a touch there. Mankowski or Huffman might have just came out and throttled up a little too much and got the rear tires lit up around I'll tell you what, if we get a driver's cam, that might kind of help us gauge what the RPM is and when he started spinning out. We'll see if we can get that replay going. So we're looking to get the driver's cam of Huffman, see the RPM gauge, see if he throttled out too much. Here we go. So they're coming up now. So he did. It looked like he went from 5,500 to 5,800 pretty quick. So he might have had a little too much throttle. It kicked out the right rear. Mankowski was already in the inside. Here they're braking. Now he's throttling up and gets a pretty quick numbers. So it started spinning him around. Unfortunately, Mankowski was there. Might have saved Huffman from spinning himself out into the wall. As these guys face each other, pass by each other, say a little quick hello, looking out the window. And Mankowski just keeping it there, letting the guys get by him. Doesn't want to get any more incidents or hurt any other drivers tonight, so make sure that he stays low. These guys, Eric, a little late to react to that one. Almost got into him. These guys need to kind of try to get down a little bit sooner as they see a car up there. Don't want to wait till the last second. That's just setting up the guy behind you for a disaster. If you swerve out of the way real quick and the guy behind you is next to you, not going to be able to see that happen. All right. These guys lining up 2 by 2. Coming to the green flag. Lap 211 going to be 39 laps left. Here we go. Eric Thaler. Going to be your control car on the inside. Oh, might have been, actually, it was Cody Anderson. So Cody Anderson is going to set a green here. But it had some pit strategies going on there that I was not aware of. So lap 206, Evan Clapper and Brandon Thayer, Justin Thaler, Dustin Reinsettle, and Caster. So a lot of these guys elected the pits. The only ones that did not were Cody Anderson and Eric Thaler. Those guys stayed out. To see Reinsettle might have got some help. These guys got stacked up there. Going to the turn, Reinsettle might have got a little love tap from the rear. So Reinsettle was not clear of the zero. Zero was trying to maintain his medium line. They just probably didn't know he was there. Hard to tell from that angle. But that is that's a driver's error. Reinsettle's on the outside of the zero. Zero's not going down low like the 11's anticipating. So I think Justin's looking to take his normal line. And Reinsettle also looking to take his normal line, but his normal line just happens to be where the 00's normal line is. Here we go. So this is a view from behind, and Cash are going to watch this happen right in front of him. Avoids getting any incident from these guys, doesn't hit anybody, so keeps his car fairly clean. Going to maybe make up 2 spots from that pass. So that's just racing. It's the paperclip. It's a hard track to get a racing to. These guys have had a long night tonight. Trying to get this thing buttoned up here with 35 laps left. Cody Anderson and Eric Thaler have yet to pit, so these guys last pit was on lap 172, so they might have enough saved in, and by the looks of it, they came in and took tires, so they may be good to go if this thing keeps running a little caution to keep himself out front. Cody Anderson might come in here and just steal a victory from these guys. I tell you who's going to be hot on his tail though. Eric Thaler, last week's winner at Charlotte, not going to make it easy. So last time the pits in, Clapper came in, he did a splash of fuel. Brandon Thayer, he might have taken rights his time, but a 10-second stop. Justin Taylor with a 14.78, so he might have taken 4 and fuel. So I would say that Anderson had a full set of tires and fuel on lap 172, and Taylor might have taken rights. And then the one that would have taken a full 4 would have been Justin Taylor, sitting in 5th place on lap 206. So Justin might have the freshest set of tires in 5th place. But with Martinsville, it's all about position. As long as you keep that car in the low line and make that guy work the top groove, make him go out there in the marbles, might mix himself up. There you go. Do you see it on the screen? Those numbers next to their names, L172, that's the last time these guys were in the pits. So you guys can all see it here. I had the stats that tell me how long their times were, so we can kind of just based off personal experience on how long a normal stop takes for fuel and rights and full. There you go. As James finding all the cool buttons for us. So you got Cody Anderson, 27-second pit stop on lap 172. He definitely took 4. That might be his last 4, but these guys gonna line it up 2 by 2 now. Yeah, Cody Anderson taking the inside, Eric Thaler on the outside, Evan Clapper in 3 spot, Brandon Thayer in the 4 spot, and Justin Taylor in the 5 spot. On his outside, Ant Castor in the number 8, sitting 6th. As we go to the restart zone, and Anderson takes off. Clapper looking to keep that inside line, take it away from Taylor. Taylor locks up their front left. Castor gets pushed up. No, it doesn't get pushed up wide. It just locks it up wide. So Taylor trying to keep the 94 down there. 94 want to keep him up there higher. Not going to get to the bottom of the curve. Going to force his way on the inside. Wants to make the move stick. If he doesn't, oh, and the Taylor brothers tap into each other. That's going to get a couple cars back there. That's Norm Snyder. That's the 71 of Sean Cunningham. So Eric forced up wider. Tried to make the turn in with the 94. 94 not turning down. Similar instance to with the 11 last time. With the Ryan Settle incident. So 94 might have actually hit a little bit of curb and might have pushed him up there. That's going to get Taylor's car upset. He's going to try to save it, get into his brother's car. And that's just going to send them almost simultaneously pirouettes around. Looks like we have an investigation going on for that incident. We'll see if we can get on the 94 and see what happened to his front side. I'm betting he might have hit that curb. It looked like it from the 46 cam. So Justin, let Eric know you can back up now and get on the way, and I'll go ahead and do my 180 and be right there behind you. So we'll see here. This will give us a good indication. I wonder if we can get a nose cam on Clapper's car and see if he was able to get the curb here. I think he got a little bit of it. He might have got just enough of it to upset the car and put him up top. So he's going to hit, let's see, right, this white spot and red spot. So he did collect a little bit of curb. That's going to push him up into Thaler, and then that's going to cause Thalers to hit each other. And Snyder was involved with something. He got collected with the 90, it looks like. So, a couple incidents happened at once. Tends to happen to this track. So now you got Cody Anderson in the 1 spot and Evan Clapper in the 2 spot. Both drivers yet to get a win here. So far, the closest a win in the series. So far, the closest Evan Clapper with the bridesmaid at North Wilkesboro. So, him and Anderson are both looking to get their first win. What a way to do it. Coming up to 25 laps to go when we go green this time around. This is where it's going to... You thought it was dicey before. We're going to see some Dyson coming up here. '85 is your control car. He's going to get us back on the way here. And we are green. So 85 takes off. Clapper gets put way up high into the wall. With the 46 next to him, that's going to be some nice right side damage for the 94. The 8 is looking inside the 49 now. Chris Mellon's finding his way up to 4th place. He's up 15 spots. I'm sorry, he's up 10 spots. Not sure what's going on. Okay, so we're in it. Yeah, we are still green here. So I think the 94 might have just got it wrong. Didn't look like he got any help for that. Made it 3 wide. Doing his best Ross Chastain impersonation. Holding the wall. 23 laps to go. Mellon finds himself in the 4th place now. We got Clarence Prince in 5th. John Bates in 6th. Justin Taylor's made his way back up to 7th now. And Sean Cunningham in 8th. And now we are going to be under caution. With 22 laps to go. So that's going to save Clapper because he might have just gone down 1 lap when that caution came out. So he's going to be to go back on the lead lap. He might have had a faster pair saved in that one because he got a nice front right side damage. As you can see here, what happened, what got us under caution. I see Prince is marked as a crash. So we have to get on the 83 Red Bull machine. So Huffman all by himself spun out. That did not bring out the caution. So this is the 83. Not sure what started it all. Prince showed up on our screen with the crash. Not sure if that's what it actually was, though. It might have been Huffman. Trying to get some fast play action here. That was the 94 getting into the wall. Then you got Bates and Prince running side by side. Clapper goes into the pits. Bates runs a little bit wider, deeper. So Bates and Prince still running wide with each other. Oh, Prince lost it all by himself. Okay. So that's what did it there. Coming out of 3 and 4. It's way high. He might have been watching Bates there. And Bates made a move on the inside of him, and that might have made Prince think that he's going to get into his back end. So Prince goes up wider than normal. As he's turning in, goes up a little bit. Afraid the 27 is going to get in him, gets out into the marbles. Tries to throttle out of it and stay in the asphalt or the concrete and just loses all by himself right in front of Justin. Justin checks up, hopes to not get into him, and just collects the front right. Great work with James here, able to figure out how this all happened. Eric trying to save himself some damage. He might have just got a little bit of that livery scraped off. Going to lock it down. Starts the spin, saves it, corrects it. Might have just barely grazed the wall, but nonetheless keeps himself out of trouble. And we are back green flag racing. They're up high. Might have gotten to the wall by himself. Just like that, as we go green flag, we get caught out in another caution. I believe that was Eric Taylor getting out in the marbles, getting all the loose stuff. Yeah, just has that right side over in the asphalt again. Spins around. Norman Prince get into him. Nowhere for Norman Prince to go. So with 14 laps to go, we might get back green flag racing or a 10 to go. It has been a long night for these guys. Just past 2 hours of racing, so let's see if we can get this thing wrapped up for the evening. All right, so with all that happening, Cody Anderson still holds you in one spot. Brandon Thayer in the 2 spot. Chris Melton finds himself in 3. Sean Cunningham back up to 4th. And John Bates in 5th. Dustin Reinsetto sitting 6th. Trevor Mack 7th. Jason Huffman 8th. Justin Thaler 9th. And Ant Caster 10th place. So a couple of different names up here finding themselves towards the front. I know Milton's having a better night, starting back in the 14th spot. Now he's sitting 12 or sitting second. Trevor Mack starting back in 18, finding himself in 7th. These guys playing the long game, finding ways up in the front now. Yeah, let's see if we can get James J up here. James, what you got for us?
Hey, Aaron, you're doing a great job. They're still yellow, at least for one more lap. And I did a little research, and I found out that this season in the Cup Series, North Wilkesboro had the most cautions of 18. I'm not sure what we're up to now. It's still going. We're still hoping they can go 12 laps without a caution, but I'm not sure what the number is we're at right at this moment. But they had 18 laps. I know that was a question you asked earlier, and I did a little research before that. 14 at Daytona on the super speedway, not the road course. So those are your records so far this season for Cup. 18 at North Wilkesboro, 14 at Daytona, 13 at Iowa.
Awesome, James. Thanks for the info. Maybe we'll have to see if we can get like a little ticker on the bottom. That's probably not something we want to promote so much as how many cautions we've had, but we're going to be lining up 2 by 2 here. These guys are going around 1 and 2 now. Hopefully we can get this thing going back with 10 laps to go. And let's get this thing buttoned up, boys. A nice holiday break coming up for you guys. So taking 2 weeks off to either think about it and be mad or let it go and come back with a nice race. So Anderson taking the high line now, choosing to go outside, letting Thayer on the inside. So he's going to be your lead car. And he's going to go when he wants. And there he goes. Going to get it up, get the start going. Try to dive back down. Make a good apex of this turn. Cunningham's going to find himself in the 3rd spot now. And we're back caution again. Just as fast as they start, we're right back into caution. Looks like Clarence Prince again popped up on the screen. That'll be the 83 Red Bull machine. Oh, lots of chaos back here on the restart. So how did this ensue? You got Norm getting in the back of Justin, which gets into Trevor Mack. Justin's back end gets into Clarence Prince, so no real fault to Prince himself. Just gets caught out there in front of everybody. Action comes up behind him with Snyder. All right, let's see if we can take a nice little replay of this now. So we're gonna have everybody on the inside start braking. Cunningham or Trevor Mack's your first one to go on the brakes, and then Norm not gonna be able to slow it down enough. You're gonna get a good look on Norm's cam. It's not slow enough. Gets into Justin. Gets into Trevor Mack. Gets into Prince. Gets himself the trifecta. The Texaco trifecta of getting 3 cars in one turn does some nice damage to his front end. That's going to send Prince around, so no fault of his own. Prince just gets collected from behind. And poor Eric Taylor, the Midwest Motorsports magnet, just gets tapped as well. So we're 6 laps to go. 5 coming to the start finish line. That should put us going green flag soon. Hoping to get going with 4 to go. Let's see, these guys are like, so here we go. Double file. Got the 85 electing the inside this time with Sean Cunningham on behind him. Brandon Thayer sits second on the outside with Chris Milton behind him and Ryan Sell sitting in 5th place. So, it'll be 4 laps to go once they cross the start finish line. Cunningham going to watch the 85, make sure he goes as soon as he sees that car move. Want to take away that second place, and there they go, just like that. Back racing. Anderson taking the nice arc. They are getting way up there. Going to look to carry all the momentum. That's Cunningham still on his inside. Cunningham keeping his nose right down there. These two running similar paint schemes, not exactly the same, but they're close. Different colors. Cunningham going to let the 46 go, and we're caution. Caution number, I'm not sure. But it looks like it might be John Bates in the 27. He's got some nice front end damage. He's kind of pugged that front end in. What happened with Bates? Trevor Mack. Maybe he got some help with him. So Bates is going slow on the outside. Trevor Mack looking to take on the inside. Keeps it off the bumper thing, but might be a little bit of net code there because I don't think they made contact. I think with just the speed difference coming in, it might have sent the 27 a little net lag. So he's going to spin it around in front of Norm. Norm doing his best to take avoidance action. So we are going to be getting here a green-white checkered as we are 3 laps to go. So race control is going to reset this. We're going to go green, white, checkered. As Eric Thaler is going to go ahead and get his lap back. So at least 2 front runners. Right now, Anderson, Thayer, and Cunningham, the 3 of these guys have yet to win a race. Reinstedt is your closest driver to them with 2 race wins, so back in Homestead and Iowa. So let's see, can we get a first-time winner in Season 6? Cody Anderson, your 3rd fastest qualifier, sitting P1. And you're going to come up here probably to the Stackham. I'm going to start stacking up the field here. We're going to go 2 by 2 as he elects to take the top lane. So give a little mix up for Thayer. Thayer thinking he's going to go down low. Anderson says not tonight. I'm going to go up high now. I want to get that good arc. Taking the smart line here. And here you go. We got Dustin Reinstedt 4th place. Let's see how Dustin on this restart. See how this arc thing works out. So see if Dustin can get the good cam. See if we can stay on the hood and watch the arc in front of us. Now he gets his jump. Here we go. You're going to watch the reaction of the 46, how they time it. 46 actually gets a good reaction, has to check up, doesn't think the 85 is going. 85 gets a nice arc in there. 46 all over him. Dustin taking it way at the high line. And we got Sean Cunningham in the 3 spot. He's on the inside of the 46 now. Cunningham taking away the 2 spot last lap. There are no more cautions after this. This is it. They're going to bring it here. We get some crashing going on behind him. Justin Thaler, Anthony Castro, Trevor Mack, but 46 is going to take it in deep. Running up wide. He's going to spin himself out. Cunningham going to take the 2nd spot. But there it is. Cody Anderson. First race win of Midwest Motorsports Season 6 for the man. Did exactly what he needed to do. Took the top line. Got the good arc going into turn 1 and 2. We'll see some action back here with what happened with these guys. So Castor already up high. He's got Huffman on his inside. That's going to keep Castor up in the outside line. Then Trevor Mack's going to come on the inside. Trevor Mack's going to get to the back of the 8. Nothing going on here. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. 90 coming up high. He's going to get the back of the 8. Going to send him around. 8's trying to throttle out of it. 00's got nowhere to go. So he tries to hold up, but the 42 gets to the back of him, spins him around, as there are no more cautions at this point, so these guys have to keep going. No, I don't blame these guys for anything at the back. You know, Mankowski and Clapper, there's no more caution. They're trying to get as many positions as they can, and unfortunately for Thaler, he just happens to be right in front of these two. You got Trevor Mack running it in. Might have got a little bit of help with the net code. They weren't too close together. But just the slightest touch with speed difference, that's going to send the 8 around. The 8's trying to keep it going straight. He gets collected, and it's going to send Trevor Mack into the wall from his rear end getting spun around. And then Brandon Thayer, Cody Anderson, there we go. Cody Anderson, your race winner for Midwest Motorsports. I'm going to see if we can try to get him up here in the booth, get a little quick interview. I'm not sure if he's available to talk with us.
Yes, he is. Give me 1 second.
Okay. I see him down here in race chatter. So James J is going to go down and bring him up for us.
I don't know. Can you, Aaron?
Well, let's see if I can drag him up.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, he's got it.
Cup drivers only. Nope, it's not letting me. Oh. What?
I'm dragging. Hold on, see if I can get him up here. All right, see if I bring him in here right now.
You have to mute him.
You have to unmute him. I can't unmute him.
All right, I'm working on it. Sorry. Come on. Don't go anywhere, Cody. We're coming for you, buddy.
Yeah, Cody. There we go. Cody Anderson, first race win of Midwest Motorsports Season 6 at the Paperclip in Martinsville. How are you feeling about that race, buddy?
It was a decent overall race. I kind of knew what was going to happen tonight coming in just from what was happening last night. But all in all, I thought it was a pretty good race. That's ending there. I was just preparing for a bump because I knew it was going to be coming.
Yeah, I mean, you played the smart move. You came in lap 172, and it looks like you had a longer stop in, so it looks like you might have gotten some extra damage fixed and tires and all that stuff. But you were playing head games with Thayer behind you. He kept thinking you're going to high or low, and you kept switching up your lines. And then you got the green white checkered. You decided to take the top line. I was explaining to people that with that you get the best arc into the turn, allows you to get away from him, the better chance. So. Those are qualifying results, James. My bad.
Yeah, let me hit race.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Anderson. How do you feel about that?
That's towards the end there with all those cautions. I was just mainly watching the guys in my mirror to see what kind of restarts they were getting against me, trying to see who was getting the worst jump off of my jump, and if they got behind me after that, I was going in front of them because I knew they would slow up the other line a little bit. And that last restart, I was actually trying to be a little bit nice to a old teammate in Dustin, and didn't work out for him.
Yeah, I saw that. So when you came up to actually at the same time you throttled up, Thayer also throttled up, but he double guessed himself because it was almost instantaneous. As soon as you started going, he went, and then he checked up because he didn't think you went, and that let you just keep going because I put the nice gap there, and he had a very good arc going to 1 and 2, and like you said, just watching the mirrors, keeping them behind you, waiting for the bump to come. Luckily for you, he took himself out though.
Yeah, he tried giving me a bump. I think it was that last lap before he had got up into the marbles, I believe is what had happened to him. He was getting to my bumper on exit, and he gave me a little contact, but it wasn't enough to get me squirrely at all, so I was able to drive off the corner like normal and just watch the rear view to see if another bump was going to be coming or not, and luckily I had pulled far enough away that wasn't able to get another bump.
Well, congrats to you in the race win. Do you have any shout-outs you want to give out?
I just want to say thanks to Dustin and you guys for letting me run over here. WJM Motorsports, Timothy Peters, and everybody watching.
Well, great, man. You have a nice Christmas break coming up here. You got anything going on for 2 weeks?
Actually, no.
All right. Well, that's more time to practice. You guys have twin ring Mortegi coming up. Have you ever raced there before?
I have not.
Well, that's a doozy. I believe it's one turn is much wider than the other turn, so be ready for that. It's a fun track, and make sure you get it collected. You got 2 weeks of practice here, and we'll see if you can back it up with another race win.
We'll try my best.
All right, man. Have a good night, and we'll see you back here in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
There he is. That's your race winner, Cody Anderson, getting his first race win. Teammates to Dustin Reinsettle, who comes up fourth. Sean Cunningham gets your second place. Chris Melton up 15 spots into the P3. So you got Anderson, Cunningham, Melton. That's your 1, 2, 3 with Reinsettle, Huffman, Mankowski, Bates, Prince, Thaler, Eric, and Norm Snyder in your top 10. James, what do you think about that racing tonight?
Man, it was incredible. A lot of yellows. I'm sure that's not what everybody wanted, but maybe some expected. And it's good to see Cody come in. He only raced Charlotte before this. It started second, finished ninth. So good result for Cody Anderson as a late comer to the series. So he's not going to have a huge impact on points, but he's going to definitely be taking points away from those that are trying to go up in the standings.
Correct. I mean, even though he's not making an impact on points, it's getting momentum and finding yourself in the league, and he's finding himself that he can be a top runner and he can play these mind games with some of the other guys as he switched up his lines multiple times between the restarts. So he qualified P3, finished P1. Not a bad start off for the season or series for him. So we'll see if he can back it up in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But
30 laps older tires. His last stop was 170. Everybody else was like at 202. I mean, that says a lot about throttle control and knowing what the car can do. So I would not take your eyes off Cody in the future.
Correct. And great job with you tonight running the cams. I appreciate it. We were able to figure some things out, and we know we're going to get this buttoned up some more, and we grow every week and find ourselves having more and more fun. And although I did a lot of talking tonight, it was great to have people come up and join us in the booth. We had Dustin join us and Colin and Jason Huffman. So that's going to wrap it up for Martinsville. You got James J working the cams. You got Joshua Watts, he worked the race control for us, and I, Aaron Howard, was your announcer for the evening. Hopefully we can have some more fun racing. Everybody enjoy Christmas break. I believe we might be here Tuesday for some GT4 racing. Don't quote me on that. I'll do some research later. But yeah, if we don't see you guys, I hope you guys join into us in the new year. Have a safe and happy holidays. Make sure you have all the foods, enjoy time with family and friends, and ring in the new year with everybody. So that's Aaron Horridge signing off from Midwest Motorsports. Happy holidays and a happy new year.